What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. The day is finally here. It has finally come. Today we're going to assemble the big build that I've been talking about for the last couple of videos. This is going to be Fulv's 3D Santa's Toy Shop. A very beautiful, very vibrant colored print. But what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through some of the printing process. I'm going to show you some of the parts all laid out and ready to assemble, and then we're going to build it. So let's just get everything ready and let's get printing. Thanks. Okay, so we finally got all the pieces printed out, and I got them all laid out here on the table. And we are going to go ahead and we're going to start putting this thing together. Shouldn't take too long. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. And we'll get this thing built and get the lights put in it. Let's get started. Okay, now I guess we'll go ahead and we'll start getting these windows done here all around. So let's go ahead and get a window here, and we'll put a little bit of glue on it. See if I can get this in here without it getting everywhere. It's not a whole lot of area to work with, but maybe it's enough to hold. Slip that one on in there like so. Yeah. Okay, so that'll hold. So let me go ahead and get the rest of these windows in there. And when I'm done, we will continue on. Now take these two pieces here. We're going to have to glue them together. It's the sign that hangs outside the front door. So let's go ahead and get that done. There you go. There's your sign that hangs outside the front door. So I'll get that put in there for you and we'll keep going. Okay, now we go ahead and get this set on the base, the first floor, and get that glued down. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And then we can keep building our way up and get done with it. Okay, so that should be more than enough glue, I think. So let's take the bottom part very gently, Set it right there. And make sure everything is even. And I think that's going to work for there. All right, let's go ahead and add the first part of this chimney here. And that goes right here. You can see it has a little notch there, and there's a little notch here on the chimney itself. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of glue on that one and get that setting up. And then we should be pretty close to putting the second story on. Okay, so that just goes in there just like that. Perfect. What we need to do is we need to take these corner pieces down here and get those put in the corner. So let me go ahead and get that started, and we'll get that finished up. All right. Just keep on going here. Just make sure everything's set level and tight, and we'll be ready to go on. So let me let this set up for just a moment, and we will continue on up to the second floor. Okay, I think we're ready to go ahead and set the second floor now. You can see on the bottom it's got these grooves here, and these fit perfectly on here. So once it snaps into place, you're good to go. So let's go ahead and get that set on. And that's all it takes. You can glue it or just leave it like it is. I think for right now, I'm just going to leave it where it's not glued. And I'm going to start building up the windows and everything else on this second floor here. So let me do that. Go ahead and put some glue on this last second story window. We should be good. Man, this Gorilla Glue with the brush, it's good, but it's messy. So just keep that in mind if you decide you want to use it. Of course, this just slips right in there, slips down into place. So that's all the toy windows anyways. I think it's coming along just great. Don't worry, I'm going to give you a face-on view here when it's completed. Instead of like a kind of angled down view. I'm just using that for filming purposes. So, next thing we do, we're going to come over here to the back. And we're going to, these windows here, they'll go here and here. And then I have two big windows right here. Got two of those. They'll go here, and one will go on the side. Okay, so I got the windows in. You can see it there and along the back here. So what I'm going to do now is stick this other piece of a chimney on. And then there's two different signs that I need to put on up here as well. So we're going to do those. And we're just going to keep right on going here. We're coming to the end here pretty quick. So that just goes on there like that, and hold it for just a second. Make sure it lines up with the bottom piece down here. And once that's all dry, we'll go ahead and we'll start putting in these other, these are actually signs. We'll put those two signs in there, and we'll continue on. Okay, so I got all the windows done, got the chimney on, I got the signs in here, and you can already see how it kind of glows through even without the light sticking in the middle of it. And there's the other sign right there. So we're pretty much done with the second floor. I got a couple small things to do, but I have a nutcracker that goes right here in the middle, but I'm going to save him for last. And I'll put him in the very last thing. So we're ready to go ahead and add this piece right here. And this piece, as you can see, it's got 3 little notches here, 3 little cutouts. That's so when you run your light stick up, the remaining footage that you have left over, you just stick a couple LEDs down in these holes so it actually lights up these windows when you have the lights turned on. So let's go ahead and put this on. Again, I don't think I'm going to glue it, but it should just slip right up, and there it goes, slips right on. So let me go ahead and get that set up and we'll keep going. So I went ahead and I got this top plate put on, and I also went ahead and added the corner trim on the second floor here. Down here on the chimney, we have to come back down to the first floor because there's a medallion that goes right here. And I have that right here. It's a little golden rocking horse. So let me go ahead and get that put in. It goes in just like that. Beautiful. I just love the way the colors come together on this model. It really is amazing. Okay, so we're going to keep going here, and I think we're ready to put the roof on now. So let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, so this here goes on top of the roof. It's kind of like a little catwalk or cupola or something like that. And we got to add the rest of these little fences. Now, we don't have to glue these in. They actually snap in pretty easy. So let's go ahead and we'll finish these up real quick. And there's little cutouts, little notches here. You just slide them in and bend it back, but just be careful. And they should slide in just like that. Pretty easy. So I'll go ahead and finish this up and we'll get back to it. So before heading up and completing the roof, I think what we're going to do is we're going to add this, I guess it's garland that goes around the windows. It just snaps on. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this put on real quick. Got one that goes right here. And you can feel it click into place. As you can see, it just stays there. Let's get another one over here on this window. I'll go ahead and leave the camera facing this way here. Another one just goes right here. It has little nubs that sticks out, and those holes just go right on it, and it just pops right into place. No glue is needed. And we have one more for the top over here on this side. So let's go ahead and get that put on there. Now the ones down here, they curve. So you have to be a little bit careful when you're bending these. So let's make sure we can get these put on. Let's go ahead and put the middle one on first, and then we'll just bend around until the other ones pop on. And they hold on the same as the top. No glue is needed. Again, I'm going to give you a way better view than what you're getting now. So let me go ahead and finish these up here. Get this one put on. We'll put the middle on first. I'm going to have to take the sign out and put that back in, but just pop that on. And you can really feel when they grab and go in. Not a problem at all. And we'll put the last one on. You know, the way it's made for PLA to bend so easy, it's amazing, an amazing job. Now I'll go ahead and just put the sign back in. There we go. So that's pretty much everything on the lower levels. So I'm going to keep going. I'm thinking I'm going to add these snow pieces around the top up here. And I'll get to that. Okay, so I went ahead and added the snow around the windows, all along the front there. So we're just going real good. I just knocked a piece of the corner off, so let me get that stuck back on there. It wasn't completely set up, I guess. But you can see the snow along here around the chimney and everything. So I'm going to set this aside because this is pretty much done for the lower half. And I'm going to build the roof now. And the reason I'm building that separately is because I still got to put the light stick in. And I just haven't done that yet. So let me go ahead and I will get on the roof here. And we'll get that tightened up. And I will be back. Okay, so the roof has the main sign that goes on top, Santa's Toy Shop. So we're going to go ahead and get that put in real quick. It just snaps in there just like so. And it's definitely going to need to be glued in. So let me get some glue on that real quick. Shouldn't take too much. All right, that should be more than enough. Let me go ahead and get that set in there. And there it is. It's on the roof. Now, I'll go ahead and take care of this off camera because it's going to take a little bit of time. But the top catwalk, as I call it, has these holes here. And it just has these little stained glass windows that go around it on all four sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those put in to there and we'll keep going. Okay, so I got all the little stained glass windows put in. And now all I have to do is put this little topper on top like so. And the roof is done. Well, no, I actually take that back. I've got one more thing I need to do. So let me go ahead and set this off to the side. We've got the main part of the chimney that still needs to go on. So let's get some glue on that. And we'll get that setting up. And then we can get the lights put in. That just sits down in there like that. You'll hear it click in. And just hold it flush for a couple minutes. And it'll set up. Okay, so let me go and take care of just a couple things. And I will be right back. Okay, so I realize I have one more step to go on the roof here. But I'm going to put this all together for right now and kind of just do it this way. I have these golden banners that go around, and as you can see, maybe they're little teddy bears. So let me go ahead and get these on. They actually go around the top up here. So I'm going to get those glued on, and then I think we're going to do the last two finishing touches and we're done. Okay, so we're going to do the last two finishing touches. The street light goes here, and like I said, I'm going to save the nutcracker for last, and he goes right there. So let's go ahead and get those put on, and we'll call this one complete. I'm not going to put the lights in tonight because I have to get a different style, which really upsets me a little bit because you won't be able to see it lit up. But if I can figure something out, then I will go ahead and get them put in there and show you guys. But this is the very last piece, the old nutcracker, and he goes up here in the front. So let's get him put on. And we're gonna be done. So let's get him put right up here where he belongs. And there you have it. That is Fulv's Santa Toy Shop. An amazing model. So if you have any questions about this, about how it goes together, what's needed, what you have to get it put together, drop me a message in the comments and I definitely will answer it. But it's pretty self-explanatory once you actually get it all printed out. It took me, again, about, I'd say 6 days. 6 days to totally get everything printed out and done. But it goes together flawlessly. There's absolutely no problem with it. So again, Fulv's Santa Toy Shop. So I was able to actually find a light strip that will work. And as you can see, I have the lights turned on. Looks amazing. They twinkle, they flicker. Let me go ahead and turn the overhead light off. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, that's Fulv's Toy Shop. Beautiful model. Let me go ahead and give you a really good view of this. Okay, that'll work. Now, as you can see, that is the completed model. The detail, the lights, everything. Such an amazing, amazing work of art. So yeah, I'm going to be doing another one of his builds, probably next month in February. But for now, I have done this one. I have done Dracula's Castle, and I have done the Fortune Teller Caravan. You guys have already seen those two. But so yeah, this is it. Okay, so again, that's going to be it for tonight. If you like this build or have any questions or any suggestions on how I can do anything different, the way I present the models, the way I build them, anything, your comments are always welcome, and I will always respond to them. So with that being said, make sure you go ahead and check out my other videos of the Dracula's Castle and the Fortune Teller Caravan. And until then, see you later, and thanks for watching.